Says you're live. Hey guys, Evan's here at Senior Fit down in Milford. Pretty excited to talk to you guys about mobility. You know, last week we were talking about how to periodize and create your workouts and all kinds of cool stuff. And we kind of ended that conversation with mobility and warming up, really, the warm up. And warming up is really important. I think even as you age, you know, warming up becomes more and more important. Went to physical therapy recently. He was like, "Evans, for a guy your age," and I was like, "Wow, we're having that conversation." So, but we do know that it has a lot of benefits, and one of the important benefits is that it increases your core temperature. Now, this idea of increasing the core temperature has actually been debated over the years, meaning probably from the 1970s to the early 2010s, 2009, 10. It was just like, hey, increase your core temperature. And that's the reason why people would go to the gym, jump on the treadmill or the bike for 10, 15 minutes. The reality is, though, in that time frame, they wind up burning up a lot of energy. We call it ATP. They burn up a lot of energy, and it decreases their output on the exercise portion or the resistance training portion of their workout. So then from like 2010 to 2018, 19, the idea was when you go in, you should do things that are going to prime the muscles that you're actually working. And recently studies have shown that increasing core temperature, now you don't have to do 15, 20 minutes, will actually decrease risk factors for injury. So there is some benefit to that warm up. You just don't have to do it for 15, 20 minutes on the treadmill or elliptical. If you are 40 plus though, your warm up has to be more than a quick 2-3 minutes. Sometimes you may have to invest 5 to 10 minutes depending how long your routine is. So I would like to say 10%. Is a good rule. 10 to 15% of your actual lifting cycle should be spent warming up. The more you do, the better. Some of the other benefits that warm-ups have is increasing what's called synovial fluid between your joints. So in your joints, you actually have like these sacs at the end of the bone, right? And you hold synovial fluid in those sacs, and they help kind of lubricate the joints so it kind of feels better through the movement. So that's important. There's also increased blood flow to the muscles that you're working. So I give an example. If it's chest day and I'm doing push-ups, it's going to increase the blood flow towards my chest, which is going to help me with that output. A couple other things a woman can do is, like I like to say, like prime the muscles. So they kind of give you that muscle pump, which is really important. So if you don't warm up, sometimes lifting the weight is heavier or harder to do than if you do warm up. And one of the reasons why, because in the warm up, your nervous system gets activated to know these are the muscles that are supposed to be used. So if I'm doing a push up or any type of chest press type motion, then my shoulders know, my chest knows, my tricep knows. They kind of get used to the idea that this is how those synaptic firing or the nervous system is supposed to move to get that muscle going. For a lot of new people, but even for veteran lifters, the idea of the muscle-mind connection is very relevant, and the warm-up does that as well. So it kind of cues you that, okay, if I'm doing a lat pull down, the first thing I want to do is, you know, get that scapular retraction so my lats can engage before I start squeezing my elbow down. So, you know, all those kind of things are really, really important for the warm-up. But honestly, you guys are not even really here to hear me talk about why to warm up. You're really here to figure out how to warm up. So we're going to turn it over to Amanda first, and she's going to run through some lower body dynamic things you can do to get your legs and lower body, hips and knees warm.
All righty. So we're going to start with some leg swings. So we can do our simple front. Can you see me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So we're going to go front to back. You do this about 10 swings, and one swing counts as back and forward. And then you can also do your side to side. And then the next thing I'm going to take you through is hip cars. So hip cars, so it stands for controlled articular rotations. So that's where we bring our knee up to hip level, we bring it out, we turn that heel back, you bring it around to match this side, and then we go right back around. A lot of you like to skip the back around part, but that is a huge step into completing this rotation. The next thing we have is toe grab squats. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to a squat, grab right under our toes, We're going to stand up. And when we come back down, our chest is facing up. We're not hovering down. We're not like this. Our chest is up as much as we possibly can. A fourth exercise that you can do is lateral lunges. So you have your feet a little further than hip width apart, and you're going to simply place your weight in the back of those heels and go side to side. This will help with opening up the hips. And then lastly, I call them ice cream scoops. You can call them hamstring scoops, whatever you want. So this leg's going to have a slight bend. You're going to put this heel up, not too far in front of you. And you're going to simply scoop to both sides of your heels and come all the way up. You take another step, you scoop, and you're doing the same thing. And we usually have you guys do that the length of our gym and back.
Awesome. So with that, we're going to pivot and go to Dover as, it's kind of like, super cool traveling pieces here. We're going to jump all the way to Dover and have Alexis walk us through some upper body dynamic movements to kind of warm up the shoulders. That's the major joint in the upper body that you're warming up for upper body stuff, but maybe some back, chest, whatever she has for us to warm up the upper body.
All right, so first I'm going to actually start with the back, and one of the things that we like to have you guys do is called your half kneeling thoracic rotations. So this warms up like the mid part of your back, and you do this by starting down in your kneeling position. So almost like you're in a proposal position, like you're getting ready to propose to someone, and your palms are inside of that leg or that foot. You have a flat back, and you open your arm up towards the side that is like in that lunging, in that kneeling phase. So you open up nice and slow. You want your head to follow your hand that opens up. Can you guys see me pretty good? So you open up, and what we normally do is we do 10 on each side, and as you open up, you want to exhale and then come back down. Inhale, and make sure your palms are directly on the floor. We normally have you guys do 10 on each side. And then, like I said, that warms up your thoracic part of your back. And then the next one that I like to do is, like Evan said, if it's a chest day, we either do like push-ups. So push-ups gets the chest nice and warm. I don't think I really have to demonstrate a push-up, but I will. I'll just show you guys one. Here you go. So this warms up not just the chest, but also the triceps, because triceps are involved in your push-up.
Yeah, she's showing up for push-up. Go ahead.
So you just go down. So you do that about 10 to 12 times to warm that chest up. And then a good one is just like Amanda did for hip cars, is shoulder cars. So this is like good mobility. Getting the shoulders warmed up. So you start with your arms straight and you're going all the way back, and then like you turn your arm and your thumb goes up your back. So it's like you end with like a chicken arm, and then you go back to the front. Whew. And you do that about 10 on each arm. Another good one is scapular retraction. So we have you guys either do this on the band. I'll show the band because you can do it also in a push-up position, but I'm just going to do the band. So we'll have you grab the band. I'm just going to move my camera here so you guys can see me. All right. So you get your band. You want to have resistance on the band before you start. Chest is up, and you're shrugging like your shoulder blades are shrugging down and squeezing your scapulars back there, or your shoulder blades. And we have you guys do that for about 10 to 12 reps. And you can even do it without a band. You can just do it like this as well. So it's like you're shrugging, not up, but down.
You're not getting winded.
And then the next.
You're not getting winded up there in Dover, are you?
No, not at all. You know, I mean, you only make us do our warm up for about 30 minutes, and you call it just a warm up. The next one is another good shoulder one. Even like your traps and shoulder blades is like wall slides or wall angels. You could do it against the wall. So what you do is your back will be flat against the wall, and you'll come down and then you press up, and then you come back down, and then you press back up. And it's like a nice and slow movement, and you squeeze your shoulder blades, and you come right back up. And we'll have you guys do that for about 10 to 12 reps.
Awesome. So thank you, Dover, Delaware. So we're going to bring it back down to Milford and walk through some mobility. So while you're doing these warm-ups, you're actually building stability within the joints as well as mobility. So Katie's going to walk us through some mobility and stability as well as some modifications that you may need to make based on maybe some physical limitations if you can't get down on your knees or some of those pieces in there. So we're going to go to Katie here in Milford, Delaware.
Katie here in Milford, Delaware. So like I showed us those half kneeling thoracic rotations. If getting into this position is a problem for you, if you can't kneel, you can create that same stagger stance by putting your foot up on the bench. Now same motion, hands come inside your foot and you're twisting here towards that forward leg. Another good one for the back, you can do all the way on the floor. Again, if sitting on the floor is a problem, you can do it like on a bed or something, would be a lumbar rotation. So I'm going to cross my ankle over my knee here, and then I'm going to twist that foot towards the floor and slowly back up, nice and slow and controlled. You might feel a little stretch in the outside of your hip and your lower back. My back just cracked. My next ones I have some toys for. So Evans mentioned that stability building and hip abduction, flexion, and extension with the band is a great way to build that stability. So I'm going to stick my band on my ankles. I recommend using like a wall or something for it. And for my abductions, I'm taking my leg out to the side. So my toe is pointing forward. Imagine I'm dragging my toe along the wall and I'm pressing here. So there's my abductions. My flexion is facing forward. So now I'm here, working the front part of my hip. My extension is backwards. So now I'm pressing here, my heel back toward the glutes. I prefer to do all on one side. So like 12 of each on one side and then switch to the other side. For your upper body, again, with the toy, we can use the band for some flosses or some pull-aparts. So my flosses are going to hit the shoulder. I'm going to start at my thighs, pull up and around until I touch the buttocks, keeping the elbows straight the whole time. When you feel like you want to bend your elbows, that's when you start pulling apart on that band. And then for my pull apart, same thing, elbows stay straight. I'm pulling out until that band hits me in the chest, coming back forward, and I can do 10 here with my palms down, and then flip the palms and go palms up. Make sure you're keeping tension on the band all the time here and with the band on your ankles as well.
No, awesome stuff. So hopefully this, guys, helps you in your warm-ups, whether you're coming in here a couple of minutes early or you're going to a local gym. It's definitely something you can use to assist you in getting primed and prepared for your workout routine and minimizing injury. So again, Evans, Amanda, Katie, and then we have Dover, Delaware with Alexis, all here help support you reach your fitness goals. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.